What play from Monday night's game against the Seahawks made Brian Baldinger tap out and say it's time for Jalen Hurts? I've got the video and audio as well as my take, and that is coming up next.
You know, Seattle gave up more passing yards than any team in the league coming into this game. More first downs than any team in this league. In part because they can't get lined up. And it's been going on every week. Like, they literally, Jalen Reagor sees them. Like, they can't get lined up correctly. Like, Jalen's going, dude, are you seeing this over here? Like, there's nobody over here. They're not lined up. Okay? For whatever reason. It's 2nd and 12. All right, so when they don't get lined up right, you leave wide open spaces of the field uncovered like this. Like this right here on 2nd and 12. This is what this void over here was. You get Travis Fulgham and Jalen Reagor, like literally not covered. Now, if you're going to take this shot to Dallas Goedert against Bobby Wagner, if you want this shot on this deep over route, then throw it. Throw it here to an open patch of grass. Like, that's what Doug Peterson would say. Throw it to an open patch of grass. But don't let Bobby Wagner play blind and make this throw. And the protection, and everybody's, oh, sack. The protection is perfect. Malata here has his end, like, over in left field. All right? I mean, you can't get any better protection than this. Like, what in the world? Like, how do you get... This isn't an offense. I don't know what this is. What is that? Look at Fulgham. Look at Fulgham up here. Look at Reagor. Like, these guys are going, what are we doing? Come on, man. All right. I mean, I can't do this anymore.
I said it for 2 weeks now that they have to sit Carson Wentz. I don't know what Jalen Hurts is, but I know this. The team is not responding to Carson Wentz. And maybe he benefits by sitting for a week and just taking the pressure off, because his problems start from the neck up, but then there are other issues. How he sees the defense, what he's looking at, why he's making the decisions he's making. And it's the same thing in Chicago right now.
In terms of the Hurts thing, before we move on, because you've been on this for a couple weeks, it almost looked to me, Baldy, like they're in a not so advantageous field position. He brings the kid in for 2 plays to say, hey, I brought him in for 2 plays. Yanks him on 3rd down. That almost, to me, was almost like a troll job. Like, if you're going to let the kid play, at least give him all 3 downs. Like, give him a series. Like, I almost felt like that. I don't know, that there may have been more to that than meets the eye. That might have been his, the coach's way of kind of pushing back on the pushback and saying, well, there, I did it. It didn't change anything immediately. I don't know. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, if you're going to play the kid, play the kid.
I agree. Jason, I'm with you 100% on this, 100%. He's not, first of all, there's no deception to anything they're doing. Jalen Hurts comes in, makes a pass, 6-yard pass. By the way, it was the longest gain that they had in the first 15 plays of the game. So, I mean, just that alone, he completed a pass like on timing for 6 yards. They hadn't done that all game to that point. But, like, if they're trying to protect Carson at this point and worry about bruising his ego, like, forget it. Like, they're at the stage right now where the division is still a winnable division. Like, they're playing worse than any team in it. But it's still possible. They were 5-7 last year and won their last four games to win the division. It's still possible. But unless you get better quarterback play, nothing is going to be possible. So, if the reports are that Jalen Hurts took more snaps with the first-team offense, if he did, I don't know some of the stuff, Jason. I'm not out there investigating. But, like, he was the 53rd player taken in this draft. I mean, all these rookie quarterbacks are playing. I mean, I could put together an offense of just half-field reads if that's what you're worried about, and we can move the ball. We'll move the ball. We'll put Jamal Adams in space. We'll make him cover. Like, we'll find some weakness. But, like, that's not helping him. It's not helping the team in any way. So I don't understand the purpose.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Eagles News Now podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wild, live from bar 4133, and really great stuff by Brian Baldinger. If you are new to this channel, go back and check in the archives. I absolutely love watching Brian Baldinger's takes and hearing his podcast. He breaks down the coach's film and keeps it real, and it's good to know that somebody like him feels the exact same way us fans at home feel. I mean, he absolutely freaked out on that pass play to Goddard when you've got Jalen Reagor and Travis Fulgham pretty much wide open. Carson's not even paying attention to what's going on. And yeah, like he said, it doesn't even look like an offense. He later said on his podcast that he thinks that Jalen Hurts should see the field. And the reason being, and it's kind of like I said last week right here on the Eagles News Now podcast, Carson Wentz has got to sit down because this offense is not responding to him. They're absolutely not responding to him. He doesn't look like the same quarterback at all. I mean, he just looks hesitant all the time. And look, I get it. He's been sacked 46 times. That is absurd. The only other player to be sacked that much in NFL history is David Carr. And we all know how his career went with the Texans with that horrible offensive line they had. So, look, yeah, I get it. He's going to have happy feet. He's going to be throwing the ball to places where he probably shouldn't be throwing it to, and that's why he's got to sit down. I'm watching that Seattle game, and I couldn't believe after the news that Jalen Hurts, which, by the way, was an absolute marketing ploy. It was an absolute way. I don't know who leaked it. I don't know if it was the NFL that might have even leaked it or ESPN. But, look, it was to get people to tune into a game that they probably wouldn't have tuned into. Jalen Hurts saw 2 plays. That's it. 2 plays. And the news came out that he was getting first-team reps, that they were going to use him more, and they absolutely did not. It was an absolute joke. He completed a pass to Alshon Jeffrey, a guy that I want to talk about tomorrow, by the way. But yeah, it was an absolute joke. But 5 straight series, 3 and out. The Eagles could not, 20 minutes into the game before they got a first down, and Carson Wentz is still out there. Doug Peterson, look, the Seattle defense, I mean, I said it in my preview video. The Seattle defense is giving up a historic rate, and they said it on the Monday Night Football, a historic rate of yards per game. They're making really bad quarterbacks look really good, and Carson Wentz didn't look good at all against this defense. I think that says something. You look at coaching. I don't know if I can look. Doug Peterson is having a horrible year, and again, I really wanted to kind of put all of this in my video for tomorrow. The final word on the Seattle game. But look, I really believe that Doug Peterson's bad year, look, he brought this team to the playoffs 3 years in a row, a Super Bowl win, which the Eagles have never done. And this is a horribly bad year for Doug Peterson. I don't think it warrants getting fired. I believe that Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie kind of screwed him over during the offseason when they took away his offensive coordinator and his wide receiver coach when Doug said that they were staying. And then they added this 16 different assistants that don't gel together at all. So the Eagles are without an offensive coordinator. I think that absolutely hurts them. Doug needs to somehow get rid of doing the play calling, be able to have a chance to actually watch the game, actually sit down with his quarterback. Look, Carson Wentz, again, is playing horribly, and nobody is going up to him on the sideline, talking to him, trying to figure the stuff out. I think I saw one guy go up to Carson Wentz during the game, and it was actually Alshon Jeffrey at the end of the game. But, yeah, I think I don't think it all falls on Doug. I just don't. I mean, obviously, it's going to help him if he doesn't have to call plays. But this offense is just bad. It boggles my mind that a team that runs the ball so well, the Eagles are 3rd in the NFL in yards per rush and 28th in the NFL in rushing attempts. And it's almost the opposite when it comes to passing, yet Doug Peterson just will not run the ball. He's so stubborn and hard-headed. Again, an offensive coordinator would fix that, I think. An offensive coordinator could get this team back to looking like an actual NFL offense, and somebody that can actually help Carson would do wonders as well. Now, as far as Jalen Hurts goes, let's go back to him because he is a hot topic. Giving him a game to play while Carson sits, and I mean, look, if you have to activate 3 quarterbacks, which is hardly ever done in the NFL, then maybe that's what you need to do. If Jalen looks absolutely ridiculous out there, you put in Nate Sudfeld. But you got to find out what you have in this second-round pick. I mean, look, this is a guy that you drafted over guys like Jeremy Chin, who is probably going to be the NFL Rookie of the Year, definitely NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, look, you picked this guy over guys that could have helped your team right now, and that's Howie Roseman. And trust me, I am jotting down Howie Roseman stuff right now because there's a rant that I want to get off on him and what he's done to this team, going back to before Chip Kelly. But anyway, yeah, guys, Brian Baldinger says it best. I mean, this isn't an offense. Carson the decisions are and that's what worries me the most. It's not the fact that he's underthrowing guys or overthrowing guys, but he's making the absolute wrong decisions in a situation like the play that they saw where it was obvious the Seattle defense is not set right. And you have an easy play that's going to be a big play, and you don't make it. It's frustrating to say the least, guys. Thanks for listening to another rant here. Thanks for watching Brian Baldinger. Again, check out his podcast and his Baldy's Breakdowns on Twitter. They're absolutely awesome. And thanks for checking me out. And, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Go Birds. F Carson Wentz's bad decisions. And I'll see you guys later.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! E-A-G-L-E-S!